Welcome everyone to the Patent Pathways Information webinar. So I'll go ahead and get started. Today we are joined by panelists, starting with Elaine Spector, partner at Harity, followed by Mehul Shah, Director of IP Legal at Juniper Networks, Julie Severino, Director of Client Services at Conley Rose PC, Rosa Walker, Senior Director of D&I at Pillsbury Winthrop Shaw Pittman LLP, and Heather Mollier, sorry if I say it wrong, Senior Patent Counsel at Micron Technology. Welcome all of you, and I will turn it over to Heather.
Great, thank you. Welcome everyone. Thanks for attending. As was mentioned, my name is Heather Moeller, and I'm in-house in the patent team at Micron. And very happy personally to be participating in Patent Pathways. And Micron is also really pleased to be supporting this program. Patent Pathways is a nonprofit that was founded to diversify the patent bar. And this current pilot program that is going on is focused on bringing more Black women into this profession. Last year, we had 20 participants, and this year we're looking to recruit up to 50 Black women into this program. Ultimately, we want to have 100 participants a year from all types of diverse classes. So as I mentioned, currently it's focused on Black women, but ultimately we're looking to be much more inclusive and cover all the bases. And a real critical aspect of this program is a practical one. We're really looking to get jobs for these women and other diverse groups to really expand the diversity of the patent profession.
Thank you so much, Heather. Patent Pathways is actually in its second year, and it was brought about by a study we did with regard to diversity of the patent field. And we found that the least represented group of the patent field are racially diverse women. In fact, there are more practitioners named Michael who registered to practice before the United States Patent and Trademark Office than there are racially diverse women. So we focus, as Heather said, on the subset of racially diverse women, Black women, as our pilot program, and we hope to expand out in following years. Last year we had 20 participants. This year we're focusing on bringing 50 women into the field. And what the Patent Pathways nonprofit does is that we pay for their review courses to sit for the patent bar, as well as their sitting fees. And so when we first saw this program, we thought, hey, it's great. We can significantly increase the numbers of racially diverse women in the field and ultimately diversify the field across the board. Because you only need your BS degree in a hard science and engineering. So if we inform them about this amazing career in patent law, we can quickly get them into the profession and get them to sit and pass the patent bar. Well, then as we moved on and thought more about this process, it really doesn't do us much good to get these women into the profession and not give them job opportunities. They need job opportunities. They need that first job, that first step in the door. And that's when we started reaching out to law firms last year. Last year, we had 20 law firms join the program. And then we had the expectation that they would hire a participant, depending on where they were, whether they're students or looking for full-time work, to hire them for at least 1 year. Last year, we had a lot of corporate sponsors that covered that fee. And this year, we are now shifting that focus onto law firms to help cover that fee to sit for the patent bar. When this nonprofit was started, we were, again, being funded on the corporate level, and all of our funding goes directly to the participants. We don't have any salaried employees. So if you're a law firm looking to get involved in the program, you can either do it, and we'll talk a little bit later through some of our law firm partners last year, Rosa and Julie. We'll talk about how their firms got involved and why they got involved. For those who were law firm participants last year, we're doing it a little bit differently this year with the expectation that we'll make it more inclusive with regard to what your hiring needs are and where the participants are in the process. So last year we said we want you to hire for 1 year. This year we are making resumes available without any expectation for firms to hire. If you don't have an opportunity to hire someone right now, that's okay. That fee will help cover the cost to help diversify the profession. But we're also starting to brainstorm different ways that corporations can get involved, that law firms can get involved, that corporations, law firms can get involved together, and then also catering to where the participant is, whether they're in school. Maybe they want a part-time position during that school year to get some of those reps on how to draft patent applications. So as a law firm, you're getting access to all these women that we expect will sit for the patent bar for this first rotation in September, with job opportunities opening up at the end of October, and then a second iteration in the spring. So we have 19 women this fall rotation looking for positions ranging from part-time, I just want to get my foot in the door, to full-time. Hey, look, I want to make a career change. And so depending on location, we're also going to have a matching platform to make this an easy process for the law firms. We're going to give you access to this matching platform, and you can look up based on technology areas, location, part-time, full-time, law school, etc., and find a candidate. Hopefully that would be good for you. And the idea is eventually we'll have this platform that will be updated based on if someone's passed the patent bar or people being added to the program. And you can use that as a resource during the year. Hey, I'm looking for a part-time position. Let me get on the matching platform to see if I can find someone. It's another recruiting tool. So I'm actually going to hand it over to, I guess we'll start with Rosa to talk about why she and her firm Pillsbury got involved in the Patent Pathways program. And then we'll hear from Julie from Conley Rose about her law firm and how and why they got involved in the program. Rosa.
Thank you, Elaine. I'm very happy to talk about it. I recall my initial conversation with Elaine about the program, and was so taken by the initiative and the effort and the thoughtfulness behind the program and the training modules that I even volunteered to assist with the program. So I now sit on a subcommittee, and I often speak to law firm partners about what the opportunities are. And I think, Elaine mentioned the key word for me, recruiting. It is such a hard, patent agents, patent attorneys, such a hard position to recruit for. There are such specialties involved in it that you just can't go on campus and find that ideal patent employee. So through this program, we found that it was more of a recruiting tool. So for the price to sponsor the program, we're having, we are relying on Patent Pathways to vet the applicants, do background checks, do training, pay for the patent bar fees. I mean, all of those expenses, the dollar amount of some of the expenses, such as a recruiting fee, if you have to go that route, or the time of an attorney or a recruiter going on campus or going to fairs to recruit for a patent agent, it just far outweighed, the amount that we were paying to sponsor the program. In addition to it being a recruiting tool for us, we see it as almost the first leg of their training. We get individuals into the program and they receive a writing coach, and writing, taking the amount of time to educate or to guide on how to write a patent application is a tremendous amount of time, a tremendous amount of attorney billable hours, that at least the Patent Pathways applicant is coming in a step ahead. And they've already received that type of training and instruction through their mentor and through their writing coach. So we firmly believe that the program is a valuable one, and we see that the return on investment. Thank you, Elaine, for allowing me to participate today.
Thank you so much, Rosa. And thank you for being one of the first volunteers into the Patent Pathways program. Before we even opened it up, Rosa said, I'm in. Thank you so much. Julie, would you love to speak on behalf of Conley Rose? Julie, you're on mute. I hate saying that, but
Seriously.
There you go.
Thank you so much, Elaine. It's such a pleasure to meet all of you. Rosa, I echo the benefits that you're the thing I want to stress, and this is not in any negative way, Pillsbury is a mega powerhouse. I'm not saying that's good or bad. My point being is, at Pillsbury's level, they're getting cost benefit analysis, a cost benefit ratio in the positive column for participating in patent pathways. That's exponential for a firm our size. And we have a total of 110 employees. So I can't stress enough and underscore what Rosa just said. The math is exceptional, right, in terms of the bottom line. But before I do that quickly, I just want to say, hi, I'm Julie Savarino. I am the Director of Client Service at Conley Rose. Sounds like Rosa is a recruiting, specialist, right, Rosa? I am a more of a client service specialist. So I don't really wear an HR hat. I wear so I told you, we operate out of 2 offices in Texas, but we do operate mainly remotely. The thing that in my 30+ years experience, I'll tell you, Conley Rose has this exceptionally inclusive culture. It's just exceptional. Now that I've known Elaine, I think the Harity firm is similar, but for anyone that knows law firms, it's not that common to have a really, truly inclusive culture. It just isn't. So why does Conley Rose at our size and scale sponsor and participate in patent pathways? There's really 3 reasons. Our leadership, we are a white minority owned firm, like many firms are. We have a management committee, but more importantly, all of our leadership, even the whitest of the white men, are truly committed to diversity. We don't just talk about it much in the profession. So that's the main reason that we Conley Rose sponsors and participates is what Rosa said. It's the talent pool. It's just such a small talent pool. I call y'all rocket scientists. Where do I find them? There's 25 in the whole world. Okay, that's an exaggeration, but it's not easy to find this talent, right? So basically, it's just like a one-stop shop. It's explained so beautifully. To provide this highly qualified, very narrow and pool of talent. But the biggest reason that I'm speaking today, are thrilled with our investment. And let me tell you why. We've basically gotten 5 benefits. Okay? How long have we been doing this? A year and a half, right? It's like name froze. Oh, maybe not. I think we've been
Julie was breaking up a little bit in and out. So I don't know if you have your network is probably struggling a little bit.
Something happened today. I apologize. Can you hear me?
Still breaking up a bit.
How do I fix that? Anybody that knows technology, what can I do? How about if I
It's in and out, so we hear you and then you break up for a little bit, and then you're going to say something really great and then you break up. Now we don't hear you. Okay, you're going to try your phone. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. So it doesn't get. We want to hear everything you're saying, Julie. So let me give you a minute to call in and then. Okay, here we come. Still connecting to audio. All right, looks like there's
I don't know what the meeting ID is, so I'm sorry.
okay.
I it's very frustrating. I apologize. There's basically 5. You still can't hear me?
It is still breaking up. It's still breaking up. So Julie, why don't we do this? Take your time logging in into your audio, and I'm going to hand it over to Heather and Mahul, who will talk about the Patent Pathways program involvement from the corporate perspective. And then when they finish up, hopefully you'll be connected. It can wrap up, and then we can go to signups. Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, I apologize. Yes,
Great.
thank
It
you.
happens to all of us. So Heather and Mahul.
Hi, yes, just a little bit of a corporate perspective here. So first of all, Micron does look at diversity when we hire firms and continue working with them. So a program that helps firms that we know and love become more diverse, and perhaps firms that will hire in the future, that's a real benefit for us. And also the fact that we're trying to diversify our innovation, bring inventors in who have not participated before. And we find that having diverse outside counsel who they may feel a little more comfortable or like they can relate to can really help with that. I know personally, just working as an in-house attorney at many corporations, I've just gotten a lot of feedback from new inventors who are women, just kind of that sense of knowing what it feels like working in high tech and not necessarily being in the majority, and also to retain these inventors. It's nice to kind of create those relationships where people feel like they have some resonance and continue participating. So those are the 2 main points I wanted to make, and hand it over to Mahul now.
Thank you, Heather. Well, first of all, I'm super excited to be here. This program is amazing. It's really making an effort to make change, right? And so, Juniper supports the ADAPT, which is a organization aimed at increasing diversity across patent teams. Patent Pathways is one of the programs that is supported by ADAPT, and and personally and professionally, I think it's just a wonderful program. So a couple things, from the corporate perspective, from Juniper's perspective, we are looking at diversity inside and out, right? So we're looking internally, at our inventors, like similar to what Heather was explaining, and we're also looking externally. One of our primary legal department goals is to increase diversity. That's within the practice of our teams, including patent attorneys in my team, and externally with our law firm providers. I think you've heard and you will hear more as to the case of why this is beneficial. I think in addition to supporting a great cause and helping these candidates go through the program. And in addition to, supporting your DEI efforts and, hiring, there's just a lot of opportunity. It's sort of being part of this larger movement to make change, to help be a part of this network, and have an opportunity to meet candidates of various backgrounds. The program itself talks about various different ways to participate, either through sponsorship, mentoring, and all those sorts of things. I think, as Elaine mentioned, we're one of the committees we have is, exploring the opportunities and pathways to get these candidates out there in practice. For them, it's challenging to figure out if, to find the right place, get the experience. And for firms, we understand after talking to many firms that it's also a big burden to train and find the right candidates. And so even though we have particular, categories of participation, there's a lot of different opportunity and ways in which we're trying to explore partnerships with law firms to place candidates that, are the right match. And, I think as others have said, just echoing again, it's just hard to find candidates out there, right? How often have we heard law firms say, I just can't find candidates, right? So I think it's a no-brainer. And so I really encourage you to, consider joining us on this journey and sign up. There's no obligation. We just want to continue the discussion with you, learn from you what interests you, what you need, and see if there's a way for you to, join us and support this program. So really encourage you to join. And I think on behalf of all of us, I think we're all open to engage in more dialogue, to learn more how to make change and to answer your questions. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Mehul. I don't know if Julie was able to reconnect. Julie, I don't see, it looks like she's still trying to connect to audio. So certainly Julie can share, maybe Julie can also share with the group via email and post event some of the reasons why, unless, okay, I see Julie showed up to on my screen again. So maybe give a few seconds to see if Julie had any luck. We've all been there with our networks and our internet. Okay, well, while Julie's still connecting to audio, Hazel, could you share the sign-up sheet? As Mehul had mentioned, we have a sign-up sheet for those who want to learn more about the program, and then we can Mehul and I can reach out to you and Heather to set a time to talk more about all the ins and outs of the program and any additional questions that you have. So we're going to share a spreadsheet. Hazel, if you're able. Okay, so Hazel has it in the chat. For you all, it's a Google Doc if you want to be able to populate it. Let's just make sure we can. You can click on the link. And I think last time, Hazel, we shared it on the screen so we could see. Hazel, could you share it on your screen?
I'll share it right now. I was just pulling it up.
Okay, great, perfect.
Elaine, I just wanted to mention a few other things.
Sure.
So, I am involved in a couple different ways in this program, through mentorship, through the committee for partnership, through these various different sessions. So I've gotten a lot of different perspective. And I think, where, we see so much benefit in having, more firms and corporations and other groups join is to help us just create the opportunity, right? And it'll, I think exponentially grow as we have more of you involved. I did note that it looks like some of you that signed up, because I can't see everyone, who actually joined, come from other places other than corporations and law firms. So, and I think, diversity, in patent practice extends to other places. If I recall, I think someone was coming from a university or sort of a non-corporation place. So, it'd be great to hear your questions and understand, what interests you about this program, where, we can kind of extend connections. So, would love to hear from you in the chat.
Thank you, Mehul. Julie, I'm gonna reach out one more time to see. It looks like you're on mute on your phone, but it looks like maybe you made that connection through your phone. For any last words as we're looking to sign people up to find out more information. No, it looks like a no-go. That's okay. Yeah, as Mehul mentioned too, another opportunity for law firms is to get involved in the committee work associated with the nonprofit. So, and you can mentor, you can be a mentor, you can be part of a committee. and find ways to learn more about the program. Sometimes there's a longer play with some law firms based on their size, and you might have your budgets already set for this year, but find out more about the program through our committee work, what we do. It's a great way to build relationships with other law firm practitioners as well as corporate in-house. So that's another benefit to being part of the Patent Pathways program. So I know we have a smaller group here. So please feel free to either populate this sheet or reach out to any of us to find out more information about the Patent Pathways program. Does anyone have anything else they want to add before we wrap up?
I think just to add to what you said, Elaine, I've spoken to some law firms, I've spoken to my mentee, and I think I think it's just an opportunity, as we've been saying, to really get connected. Your firm may be hesitant or just not ready to provide the money or to make the type of formal commitment, but by being involved in a committee or through mentoring, you're contributing back. Hopefully you can help, support the program in other ways, observe. We're also exploring opportunities for, as Elaine mentioned, for law firms and corporations to work together to have the candidates train, have the law firms handle the corporations, patent work, having, different kinds of fee arrangements that are driven either on one end or both ends. So I think there are a lot of options here, and so it's not specific to one type of format. I think one of the questions that we hear are, hey, what are the backgrounds of these candidates, right? So I think these candidates have been identified from a lot of different disciplines, right? Supporting all the different areas of patent practice, electrical, computer, mechanical, life sciences. On the life sciences side, some of them have advanced degrees, right? As we know, in some areas of technology, may require more advanced degrees or work experience in labs. So these are not just candidates with some limited degree that may not support their ability to understand the technology. And of course, passing the patent bar is obviously the first of many hurdles to get into practice.
And Mahol, that's a really good point too, because I remember last year that some law firms that joined up that first year, after they had reviewed resumes, they said, wow, I am so impressed with the caliber of candidate. And not that they were surprised, but they were very, a number of firms reached out to me to say that. So they are vetted, they are supported. Each of them have 2 mentors, a law firm mentor, an in-house mentor. And again, it's shepherding them through this opportunity to get them experience into the field so that if they take and pass the patent bar, that they now have that crucial first job experience so that they can move on and sustain a career in patent law, which we've all come to love. I know I have. I don't want to speak for everyone. I happen to love it. Well, thank you all so much for attending. Again, if you have any questions or want additional information, you can reach out to any of us, and we're happy to share a slide deck, for example, if you want to present this to your firm. We have additional information that we can provide you. So please reach out. Rahul, you have one more?
Yeah, might be helpful to just mention how many partners we have now. Sometimes when people hear how many that you have, they say, "Oh, wow, there are other companies and firms signed up." Not that should be the reason why you join, but it's good to know kind of what mix of companies there are supporting this program.
Yeah, so we have a number of I think we're up to 20 law firms now that are Patent Pathways participants, and I believe we're up to 5 corporations that are sponsors to this program. And that information can be found on our Patent Pathways website with regard to sponsors. So if you want to see who the sponsors are with regard to law firms and corporations, the list is updated there regularly. Well, I'm happy to see that Schwegman joined and that you're excited to participate. Thank you so much. So do I have anything else from my panelists? And if not, then I'm gonna end the information session. Again, please feel free to reach out to any of us and we can provide additional information. We'd love to have you involved with this program. Thank you, Rosa, Mahol, Heather, Julie, and Hazel for running this. And sorry, Julie, we couldn't get your audio working, but if you want to provide additional information to me, I can certainly send it to those who participated. All right, everyone, have a great afternoon.